our third and final guest.
Yes.
Once everyone gets together, so we'll have it. The show's going excellent. Do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, so what I noticed is that our audience has like tripled. And I don't know if it
Unbelievable.
was, I don't know if it was
It's
because
the participation
we
of the
had-
audience. So if you think the audience here has tripled, the audience on Big Brother is After Dark, the
Yeah,
live feed.
Yeah.
It's lit. It's lit.
It's got to be doubled. So are we ready?
Are we ready?
Okay, we're ready to have our last guest of the night.
Yes.
And you take it from here.
So hello, Cody. Thanks for joining us. Have a seat. So I am extremely excited to have you because your schedule has been crazy busy. And I had my guys to contact your guys, and it seemed as if you didn't have any availability. But last minute, you was able to fit us in your schedule. So thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Pay him 10% for that. Yeah.
So let's get into it. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and a fun fact.
My name is Cody Nixon. I live in Dallas, Texas, but I'm originally from Lake Mills, Iowa. And a fun fact is I can get out of any pair of handcuffs with just a bobby pin.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Jessica,
Wow, I wish we
Guyver.
could. I wish we could show that. I think that's pretty amazing.
They wouldn't let me bring them into the house.
Ah,
Yeah.
I wonder why. All right, so let's talk about day one. Day one, we're into the house. What's going on in your head? Were there any first impressions, or were there any notable first impressions, or not? So
Yeah,
great?
Jessica, I wanted to stay the hell away from her the entire time.
Why?
I knew it was going to be trouble from the start. Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of trouble?
I didn't want to get into any kind of like showmance. Not saying this is a showmance.
It's not a showman.
Oh
It's not
wait,
a
so
showman.
speaking of showmances, you are unofficially a showman. I'm pretty,
That's what I call it.
I'm certain America considers
I guess.
what you and Jessica share to be a showmance.
I guess.
It's not.
So initially, you came in the house saying, "Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna be a part of a showmance." And
I even told Jeff that showmances are dumb before I realized that he was, yeah.
wow,
It's true.
wow.
I said the same thing.
So what was it about? I mean, like, is Jessica here today?
Yeah. But any further with Jessica on the advice of counsel, I have to maintain those for private conversations.
Oh, got it.
Oh
got
my
it.
God.
Okay, so let's just talk about your other partner in the showmance. How about that?
Wait,
We
no,
won't name any
that
names.
doesn't make any sense.
We won't name any names. Well, you're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
The great dress?
Yeah.
What about? Oh my God.
The great dress.
So Jessica was your only good first impression. Any not so great impressions that
Paul,
you...
I didn't like Paul right off the bat.
Why?
I didn't like Paul in his season. I thought he was loud and brash and like just, I don't know, over the top. I guess like from getting to know the guy, like personally, I don't mind the guy now, but like right off the bat, when he walked in the when he walked in, first thing he walked in the door, and you guys are gonna see it on camera. Everyone runs to Paul, and I'm just sitting there in the kitchen shaking my head like, what the fuck? Because in every interview, they also said, who did you not like to see in the house? And I said, Paul.
Wow.
Here I am, bud.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to fast forward just yet to day 22.
Okay.
Let's talk about the comps. I was on your team, and I also witnessed you like literally dominating. I'm Dominique the Dominator, but you clearly dominated those competitions.
Thanks.
What is your driving force? Like, what is your impetus? What moves you?
Actually,
Cody's hilarious.
I actually emulated Paul's mark strategy. I looked over at them; they were using the side rope, so I just decided to do that, and I just so I just sprinted over to the side and I just jumped for the furthest rope I possibly could.
Wow. So trapeze, right? You were standing there for quite some time. What was going on in your head? Were you like doing a cadence? Like, what was your driving force? What pushed you to stay so long?
Because I wanted to get Paul out of the house because he didn't give me a damn bracelet.
Okay. So
And I couldn't do that if I wasn't safe. And I knew Paul knew initially, like, all right, I gotta get this fucker out because there's no way like this guy can stay. Yeah.
So what you're saying, without saying this, is that friendship is vitally important to you.
He didn't give me friendship. No.
Yeah, and so it appears as if you were offended that he did not want to extend his friendship to
I've
you.
never actually been offended in my life.
I had 8 fucking bracelets. There were 16 people. Let's do math.
I came in here, had a good conversation with Paul, came out of it without a bracelet, so I'm not sure what the hell happened in between there. But he gave it to the pretty girls. Not saying anybody that didn't get it, it's not a pretty girl or anything, but just saying.
It's just me.
I didn't say it.
I would have gone with that. I mean, I would have gone with that strategy without knowing anybody.
Alex,
but-
you're gorgeous.
So you were the first HOH.
Yeah,
How did that feel?
fine.
Fine in what aspect? Was it fine because you knew that this would allow the opportunity for you to literally set the standard and the environment, the mood in the house, or?
I literally just wanted Megan out of the house. I hated her, so I really would just wanted her out.
So what was what was the foundation of your hate? Like, so I mean, we're talking about day one.
All right. I'll pull back on the hate and I'll say I really don't like her.
Okay.
I mean, literally everyone in this house didn't like her, so it was a good move.
Was it her blue, purple-ish hair that was the cherry on top for you, or?
On the advice of counsel, I won't actually go into details about Megan.
Into the fifth. Just say the fifth.
However, at one point she did say, "I hate Marines," and that
wow.
and then she pretty much said the worst thing she possibly could to each person in this house. Like, yeah, the worst things.
Yeah.
And I mean, and then when everyone was having a good time out in the kitchen, she came out and asked everyone to be quiet in the Big Brother house.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. That was probably the worst social move in Big Brother history. I've never seen anybody do that.
Right, but I will tell you, the thing that really blew me in that moment was the fact that you were able to maintain a straight face. And actually, there was a pause in your response. She said, "Oh my gosh, I'm trying to sleep. Can you all be quiet?" And you paused. And then you looked back and you said, "Megan, this is the Big Brother house." How, where did that come from? And how were you able to literally keep a straight face? Because people that were there were like, "Did this just really happen?"
I mean, I'm not going to yell at a woman. But it's Megan, so whatever.
So moving into HOH. It's no secret. moving into HOH is no secret. There were organically forming teams, and you were the leader, right? I'm pretty sure it was nothing different from what you've experienced in your career as a Marine. So what was your initial, I guess, objective? Knowing that you won HOH, knowing that there was an organic forming a team that was forming organically, no one said anything. What was going through your head, and how could you explain your leadership style as well?
No, I was pretty selfish in that moment. Actually, there was no leadership. It was Paul was picked for the other team, and I just wanted to beat Paul.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow. So.
I mean, it was a very selfish move. I mean, I wanted to do it for all of us, like the team, but I mean, I wanted to win it to beat Paul. I mean, it was like head to head against a guy who came in second in his season. You know what I mean?
Right. So you do. I know that you're very familiar with the phrase "one team, one fight," right?
Sure.
Yeah. So with every team, I'm making these assumptions that you understand that there is a measure of communication that should exist in every team, because not every person can trust one person without having any foundation, and you have other people that can trust another person without having any foundation. So did you think that maintaining little to no communication about your moves was the best move at the time? Do you feel like it is this best move even?
Go for it.
Going off of that, was there little to no communication, or was that just something that was cultivated in your own mind, or was there communication about it?
At the last minute advice of counsel, I will have to say that for private communications.
So I fucking stayed awake.
I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry.
Counselor, can this be overruled for the sake of my sanity?
Counsel? You on the council?
I think she's the council.
Okay, so
There's no benefit to